Howdy, 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 folks. It's me, Fluent Code, here in the UK. Welcome back once again to the stream. We're going to be playing once again, still working on those goals, Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. As you well know, if you've been following along with the streams, working on a 100,000 credits goal. Hopefully we are now starting to turn the tide. We've bought quite a lot of the equipment that we need to get the higher level orders, and hopefully that should start to pay off a little bit. We'll jump straight into the action with a screen over here. Here we go, and continue the game. As you can see, we are sat currently at just under 18,000 credits. It's been a little bit hit and miss. We've been higher than this. We've spent money. We've been a hell of a lot lower than this, and we've received big payouts on some orders. It's about time that we got another order in the shop. Nice and simple. We go over here and I'll tell you what, having that one. I love a Porsche, even though it is 57%. Love a Porsche. That's why I bought the DLC. And I love a 911. one of my all-time favourite cars, especially some of these early ones from the 90s and 2000s. And look, that is an absolute picture, is it not? There we go. Look, Porsche RS 911 RS America. Oh, look at that! Beautiful little thing. Proper Porsche alloys on there. There's our Volkswagen Beetle engine in the back there. Oh, it's not looking great, to be fair. Oh, that's a bit of a state, isn't it? Oh, look, distributors and all sorts in there. What in the heck is that? Look at that, the ignition wires running all the way over the back there. Wow, they are huge. It's a good job we don't actually have to, physically disconnect those one by one. 2 distributor caps, that's interesting. I've absolutely no idea why you would have 2. Oh, actually, yeah, of course I do. It's a flat 6 engine in there. So of course you've got 6 and 6. Lovely. As we can see, there are numerous faulty bits on there before we. Oh my word! Look at that. That cylinder there, engine head. Wow, that is toast. That one. So I imagine that we are going to be getting right down and dirty, up to our elbows in grease with this one. So let's have a look and see what they're predicting. Okay, well, apparently we can already see that the oil filter is kaput. And then we've got a nice page full of parts there. We know that the oil filter is done because it's asking us to do it as part of the filters here. Inspect and replace. Timing needs replacing with a list of stuff there to replace, and then change power steering fluid. Okay, fair enough. So we can certainly have a look at all of this. I think the secret is to get it in, get it on the ramp, get it in the air, and then we can admire it inside the shop. I'm going to put it on ramp 1 just in case. I'll tell you what I might also do, because these missions that I think might be quite profitable do disappear relatively quickly. So we've got a slightly more modern Porsche there. Not quite so much of a fan of those, but it is still a stunning looking car. And oh, I do like a nice van, a nice V8 overhead valve van. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, S30 Nissan Fairlady. Wow, that's a pretty car. Definitely a pretty car. Yeah, I'm not so much of a fan of the 370Z. Didn't mind the 350, to be fair. I'll tell you what, engine no power, filters need to be replaced, car does not start, this provided. I imagine that might be quite an easy one, so I'm going to get that one in the shop as well. We can position it on ramp 2, and then we can repair that one at our leisure. Oh, look at that. A Vision V8 loveliness. Okay, so no fuel. So the fuel filter was done, the air filter looks done, the oil filter is kaput. Starter motor is fine, so might need to check a bit further in fact. Yeah, we'll check the battery as well. The battery actually looks in pretty good shape, so I don't think we've got any problems there. We'll get this one apart and see what's what with it in the shop. We'll get that in. Pop it on the second ramp. There we go. There we go. Look, nice full looking shop now. That is a sight to behold, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, a beautiful sports car on one side and a trusty old workhorse on the other. Lovely. Right, let's start with having a look at this one on the diagnostics. We'll get on there with a compression test. We will check all the parts on this one. Oh, there we go. Look, we are seeing loads of problems right away with this one. Oh, I've just realised that I've been doing this stream with no game audio whatsoever. So we're gonna chunk that one up a little bit so that you can actually hear what's happening. Yes, we've got a list of pretty crappy parts there. We're going to test some other things on here. We might as well get the electronics test going, see what we can see. Okay, loads of electronics bits, but only the throttle that's actually at fault there. We've got one, this is too old for an OBD. Yeah, I thought so. But we will have on there, we might as well check the tyres. We'll see if there's any tyres wrong with it. I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with the tyres. Visually, the car looks quite good. It is only the crap underneath it that we've got to worry about. So yeah, that one's okay. And finally, we are going to run the fuel pressure test, and we'll see that there's a crusty looking fuel pump there right next to us. Fuel filter and a fuel pump, definitely. So let's see if that has given us most of our list. It's given us most of our list, but not all of it. So there are some other bits on there. There's 6 more parts to be discovered as to what exactly is wrong there. Now, looking over here, I think we can see that we've got a throttle, we've got an intake manifold that's kaput. The air filter cover's probably not in great shape, so the air filter might not be very good under there as well. We'll start taking some bits apart and see what else we can see. Let's get it up in the air because it's going to need to come up. Don't think there's anything wrong with the running gear and the brakes. They all look pretty good from here, although it is just a brief cursory inspection. Let's pop that bonnet and start getting some bits and pieces off, shall we? First of all, I reckon we've got some clips over here. We should probably be disconnecting the battery first, but I'm a lazy mechanic. I don't actually often disconnect the battery on my own vehicle, to be honest, when I'm doing work on it, which I really should do. Right, let's have a look under here. What have we got? Oh, look at that. It's tragic, the mess of that air filter. There, that's definitely low. Let's take the base off as well. The air filter cover isn't too bad. Fuel filter is shot. The throttle is shot, but we already knew that. The intake manifold, can't take that off yet, but we'll take the blower, and then we can take this inlet manifold off with, wow, look at all these bolts. That is a lot of bolts on there for a intake manifold, although unlike something like a Ford Fiesta, I don't reckon this is going to be plastic. Yeah, it's in pretty bad shape. Oh, look at that. We've got a bunch of heads. Wow, yeah, I see. That's an interesting design, isn't it? So let's have a look. We need to jump back over to this side. We've got another intake manifold over here. Then this cover underneath is going to need to come off so that we can actually get at these heads. Fuel rail as well. We've got another head over here which is dead by the looks of it. Engine block cover. What's in our way here? Let's have a look. What do we need? be getting out of the way in order to get to that? I don't actually know. I can only assume that we're going to have to start. Yeah, I think it's this rad fan is stopping that coming off, so we're going to have to actually disconnect the whole lot. It's all got to come off, so belts and everything. This rad fan off and see what's underneath here. Right, that's our alternator. Fan cover. We can disconnect the ignition wires. Fan cover out, and then that frees up the alternator. Once we take the alternator off, then we can take this engine cover. Wow, that is pretty complicated. Go, we'll give it a little bit of lube. Lovely, lovely lube. Let's just take that off, and then we can actually get in here. Okay, you've got to take clips off before you can get the dizzy caps off. Ignition distributor. Go. Clip, clip, clip. Cap. Cap. Take the rotors off. And then the distributor itself. I've never actually seen that twin distributor design. That is fascinating, that one. Right, head cover. There is definitely quite a lot going on underneath here. Look at this, camshaft bearings, engine head cover. Wow, this is just a whole load of stuff going on here, isn't there? Right, so we can't get all of this off until we actually get under the car. So let's, I think we are going to have to get almost all of this apart in order to see exactly what's going on under this engine. So I think the next step is to take all of these bits off while it's down on the ground, save ourselves a bit of time with running around. Yeah, we've got crankshaft gone in there, timing chain shoe, okay, because that's a thing apparently. Timing chain itself's going to come off. The timing chain is pretty poor. Right, we're going to jump over to this one. We'll do this side of it as well. Lovely job. We've got another timing chain shoe that needs to come off there. And another timing chain. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's pretty poor as well. Let's see how we're doing on that list. Well, we've found 2 more bits on there. I think they were quite... Actually, I've got no idea. No idea what they were. Let's have a look. So we've got cam gear here. Let's take this cam gear off on the other side as well in order to get our camshaft out. To do that, we've got to get that. In order to do that, we've got to get that, and that needs the car in the air. So, crankshaft pulley. I'm going to take this off and see if we can see what the crankshaft looks like from this end. And it doesn't look good, does it, folks? That is looking not rusty, which is the normal state of affairs, but it is looking pretty tragic. So we might be in for a... Yeah, right. Let's... we need to do, it was the power steering fluid. Now I think I'm going to need to take that power steering reservoir off. So not the reservoir, the actual pump. So if I drain the reservoir now, I've got to change it anyway later on. So that's that. And then we have got a pump there, which is probably going to get in our way later on. So let's take that off. Timing cover, engine block, rear exhaust, oil filter. I don't want to do that yet. Okay, looks like we are getting there. Tell you what, while we're here, let's take the starter off as well. We can only go back on, and then we will just need to I won't be able to take the gearbox off until I have taken those drive shafts out on this one by the looks of it, because it looks like they go right through. So yeah, I don't know whether there is a problem with the gearbox. It doesn't, nothing on the description of the problem, but I'm going to get in here and oh, I can take this head cover off. Oh, we can see that there is just some grottiness going on in there. Actually, we've got spark plugs hiding away in here. Not sure. Oh, there's another one. There's a spark plug under there. We'll look at that. They don't look too bad. Yeah, the spark plugs look okay. I wonder what the other side is looking like. Let's have a look here. And they're in this way. And the other one is poking out there. Yes, it is. Look at that. They're actually looking like quite good spark plugs, to be fair. I'd even consider refitting them in your vehicle. Right. Let's lift her up. See what we can make out underneath of it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful piece of kit. Let's get this manifold off. And then we can take this head cover off. This one's shot. And then underneath it, I think there is... what? How does that come off? Oh, okay. Camshaft bearing. Timing cover. Oh, okay. That's... right, that's then got to come off from inside the engine bay. So we'll take the exhaust section off just because. Just because we like that. Exhaust manifold, we'll take that one off as well. Okay, what's this one like? Okay, this engine head cover needed that off in order to get to it. Right, and now we've got to go back in the engine bay apparently. Right. This is not uncommon, to be fair. You know, having to bounce around inside and outside of a car in order to what was that? Oh, is that a level up? I think that's a level up. It is level 9. Fancy that. Right, engine head. Oh, we've got extra spark plugs. Is this 2 spark plugs per head? Wow. What a fascinating engine design. We can take the cylinders out from here as well. And then the... what? Hang on. How does the... oh, the actual engine block splits into 2 parts once you get everything disconnected. Oh, that's fascinating. Wow, what a crazy engine design. I bet you it's nothing like that in real life. I don't know when I'll next get a chance to have one of these in the shop. So I don't know whether it might be an idea just to take it apart and see. Because at the end of the day, it will be extra points and marks, really. I wonder at what point does actual like oil start to come out of it. Mostly because I haven't actually had the achievement for since I restarted the game. I haven't had the achievement for dropping the pipe accessible from under the car. Yeah, I think that that camshaft might actually need to come out anyway, in which case I need to kind of get into it in order to get that piece off. Were there no additional spark plugs on this side? It feels like there weren't. Who knows? Okay. All them lovely, lovely bolts everywhere. Cool. Right, so I reckon in order to take that apart, it might actually need the gearbox to come off. Oh, this will be a big old build. If I know anything about cars, it will probably want the gearbox to come off in order to split that engine block. And then when I split that engine block, that's when I'll end up with all the. Where is the drain plug on this thing? Tell you what, let's get it up in the air. We'll see if we can tell. Who knows? Who knows? So, oh, there it is. That looks like our. Well, that looks like our drain plug, but it won't let us drain from it. So that's good, I guess. Let's use the doodad, the oil sucker ducker, to get the oil out of this thing. Well, someone could really do with having a sweep up in here, couldn't they? I wonder. Yeah, it's definitely where the oil plug is, so just can't use it. Put it back in a safe spot, shall we? Right, let's take apart the suspension enough to get the drive shafts out. Then if we do need to take the gearbox off, we can take the gearbox off. Right, that's one, and bounce over to this side. And then we've got this one off as well. Hubs look alright. Yeah, hubs look alright, brakes look alright. So, yeah, I reckon. Well, look, we can take the gearbox off. Let's swing it round, see if we've got anything. No, everything there looks okay. I'm going to take them off because, again, like I said, I think probably be required in order to split the two halves of the engine, which I didn't know was a thing. I mean, I knew flat and what have you, but I never knew that that was a thing. Look, I'm attacking my microphone. I don't want to do that. I like my microphone. There we go. Right, crankshaft is what's in the way of the crankshaft is the pistons. Okay, what's that? So they're accessible from the engine bay. Right, okay. We're back to this one then, are we? Right, the pipes can come out apparently. 1, 2, 4. I wonder what the pipes actually do. Who knows? Who knows? Right, let's lower it down. And we'll see if we can get. Ah, there we go. Look, we can actually split the engine block now. This will be fascinating. I wonder if this is as easy as it looks. Oh, look at that. The crankshaft. There's a shaft. Don't know what shaft it is. It's just a shaft. And then we've got all sorts of. This is all got to come off because it's all attached to the crankshaft, and it's the crankshaft that's accessible from under the car. Typical. Right, engine block, you need the crankshaft caps off. We can take the rod caps off on this side. There we go, we've got 3 of them. That piece doesn't come off, but these pistons do. Right. Accessible from under the car. Wow, this is an innie outie type of. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so I need to take the crankshaft out anyway. So it's all got to come apart. This is wow. Yeah. Right, I can take that off as well. Oil filter. Lovely job. So we know where everything is now on the car that needs to come off. Look at that, you beauty. Right, accessible from the engine. So these crankshaft bearing caps can come out first. They allow us to remove these bearing caps. Then I imagine we can remove the other half of the engine and the remaining pistons and crankshaft. Oh, you are kidding me. Engine block. Really? Okay, that's purely designed for frustration, I think, rather than any basis in actual real life. But here we go, and then our crankshaft and our final pistons are just gonna sort of hang around there in space like they would in real life, I guess, maybe. I mean, who thought that was a realistic sort of option? Right, pistons. Oh, a bunch of shoddy piston rings there. And of course the crankshaft, which is, I mean, you know, totally only available from below the car. Look at this. I'm half expecting to see it just sort of sat on the floor. Look, ridiculous. There we go. Although it is very broken, so you know there is that. Right, put it all back together. Oh, I don't want to now. Beer for Hap. Right. Yeah. Now, can I? No, I can mark them, but I can't. I can't shopping list them. I think I could probably shopping list them from here. Shopping list. Oh, I suppose that might work. Does that work? Yeah, I suppose it could actually. That might be enough. I need anything that's... I'm guessing anything that's sort of orange. And these are all very, very crap. So maybe. Go, we're getting there. Right, that is probably everything. Now, what happens when you take that? Ah, tab, open shopping. There we go, look. Okay, it doesn't take you to it, but Ah, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of handy. I didn't realise you could do that, but what did I just delete from the list? Who knows? Right, I can buy that, open the shopping list. Oh, the list goes that way, not that. Got it. It's fine. Don't worry. Engine. Yeah, there we go. See? Right. Buy 2 of them because we can. Oh, this is so much easier than how I was doing it before, like an idiot. Just sort of need to remember. No items in this set. Yeah, it's fine. I can live with that. Oh, and I don't even need to press enter. I just click on it. Oh, heaven, heaven! I tell you, I needed 2 of them, didn't I? I did. I needed another one. Yep, that's fine. Not to worry. Engine head cover. That was engine head cover A. I'm just going to buy the one of them. Yeah, I think there was only the one. Yeah. Timing chain A. Buy one of them. Two of these. This is going to be a bit of a mystery putting it back together because I haven't done one of these before, and I have a feeling that they all go in. Well, they don't go in funny places, but I'm not going to guess where they go just by what they look like compared to everything else. I am a bit worried about how much this is costing, but I've just looked and it's costing almost nothing, even though I'm working on a classic Porsche, because that makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Fuel filter, air filter. Look, $9, 9 credits for a Porsche air filter. That's not even funny. That's just ridiculous. Right, shopping list. We need a spark plug. We'll buy one of them. Ignition distributor. Look at that. We will buy 65 credits for a classic Porsche. Nah, this is silly. This is silly, but I'm more than happy to go along with it because it's right. I need to probably do this. No, I was right. The first thing to go in is here, and it's that. It's the crankshaft, isn't it? Right, we've got to put that in, and then we need to lower it down, and then we need to put like 4 bits in, and then we need to lift it back up, and then we need to put another 2 bits in. And each time you have to go between the part mount thing. Right. We'll install the fuel filter in the thin air like that. We will put piston with conrod, piston with conrod. No, I can't put right, this side wasn't on. This side was. Did I buy new piston rings? I must have bought some new piston rings. Yeah, well, hopefully that's all right. Then I need to put the rod caps on this side. Then I need to put that side of the engine on. which I do from down here. Oh god, this is... It's like the Krypton factor in reverse. Right, now I can put the pistons back in. Maybe? I don't know. Then I can put the cylinders on. Why not? Let's put the cylinders on this side. Although they totally, definitely don't go on like that. I say that, they might do. Who the bloody hell knows? Right, then we're going to jump over to this side and we're going to put the rod caps back on. Then we need to do up the bearing caps. Hope we do need to do the bearing caps from underneath the car, I know that much. And then we can add our shaft. Right, let's lift her up. Still a stunning car, absolutely stunning car, even if the engine is ridiculously complicated. Right, then we are on assembly bits, so we need crankshaft bearing caps. We have a couple of these bad boys. 1, 2, 3 of them. Then we can put the engine block in from below. Okay, let's do that. It's not the nicest of colours. I don't think it's a really particularly nice colour. That's a bit of a shame really, but this would look much better as in black, like the one from Bad Boys. Just a little Mario boys in the background there something. Right, I'm going to put these engine heads back on because why not? Surely it doesn't matter what I do now. I must be at the point where I can kind of put whatever I want back on wherever I want it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, timing cover had better go back on there. And then we've got a crankshaft, probably. Put the cam gear on, and then there's a chain to go in here, which we replaced, yeah. And timing chain shoe, yes, timing chain shoe. Oh, hello Lottie. What are you doing? Go on in your bed. Go on. Come on. Or not. Bye-bye. Do you want to go out? Come on in, down you go. Bear with me just a second, folks. Bless her, there she goes. Right, so we are... Well, we're slowly getting there, aren't we, folks? Let's try and keep some semblance of paying attention to what's got to go where. Oh, those nuts are just butter smooth putting them back on. Click, clunk, clonk, clonk. Right, we need to get our spark plugs in. Now you couldn't see these lower ones from the other side. Now I wonder this timing cover in this camshaft. Get that in. Then the cam gear. Timing chain. Shoe. Although how they expect you to have installed that timing chain, I do not know. Never mind. Too much realism. You can't keep going on about it. Right. So we've got spark plugs over this side. Ah, there is lower spark plugs as well. I didn't realise that. Well, I must have realised it when I was taking them out, but I didn't realise I was taking them out. Doing it in a trance. I go wrenching in my sleep. Well, I hope I can still put the pipes on because I've put everything else on it, and hopefully they're not blocked. They'll still go on. Let's see what we need to put in from underneath now. God, look at that. That is starting to look like a proper piece of kit again, isn't it? Look at that. Pipe. I've got no idea what these pipes do, but okay, that's, I mean, it does something, I guess. Let's see. If I put that on, is that going to block me from putting that on? I don't think it is, actually. I'll just put it back. Hopefully we can put all of this stuff on. Oh well, if we can't, we'll have to take it all back off again. And you know how much I love taking it all back off again. I don't love taking it all back off again. Okay, where are we now? Well, we're certainly getting somewhere, aren't we? We are some way. Oh, I wonder if that would have been like the Great Glass Elevator through the roof. Right. In the sticky parts back on mode. Camshaft bearing, timing cover. Yeah, some bolts, fine, but I've got like 45% increased screwing power, so yeah. Might as well put that on now, I guess. Although it's probably a bit too soon. Right, get this timing cover back on as well. And our distributor. So our rotors. What do we call them here? Points. That's right. God, it's been so long since I've had to do something with distributors. Right. Let's put this bad boy back together. Oh, does that use the same clips as the air filter? Well, that's a good thing to know, isn't it? Maybe? I don't know. God, no one actually cares. God. Right, camshaft bearing. Wow, look, we can put the engine block cover on already. Oh, what a piece of kit, eh? Should we get that gearbox back on as well? I reckon we should. We have to do it from under the car. Right, let's do it from under the car, because I feel like we've been on top for too long. Right, let's pop flywheel, clutch plate, pressure plate, bolt, bolt, bolt. Release bearing. Right, there you are. get the gearbox on. Only 4 bolts on this gearbox. This is a lightweight gearbox on this, what, 300 brake horsepower car? These back on. Even these wheels, these rotodial wheels, are just absolutely beautiful. Although they're not true teledials, are they? Still a lovely piece of kit. Look at that. Okay, now let's go back here. We needed these lower head covers on. Was it just the one of these that needed? I think so. That one has to be done from above. That one is from below. Yeah, 69% should be fine. Right. So now we are definitely back from above. We must actually be quite close to getting this back together. There's not a huge amount more parts to do on it. Right, let's go to part mount. We can mount our alternator in this glorious setup that they've got here. Look at that fan cover, and then you mount the rad fan. Then you need the ignition wires, I think, over the top, was it? Oh, I'm not sure which bit goes next, to be honest with you. Oh yes, you need these in before you can put the ignition wires in, of course. Same over the other side. This one. Then the ignition wires can go in, that's it. Although we didn't need to replace those, that's good. Fuel rail. Take manifolds. That's complicated as hell, isn't it? I wonder what the next stage of screwing power is like. I wonder how screwy we can actually get. Because these are going in proper quick, look. I wonder if eventually you get to do it all with an ugga-dugga. Lower. Is this turboed? Well, that certainly looks a bit like a turbo, doesn't it? Not connected to the exhaust, so I have no idea, to be honest. This is all a mystery. Right, air filter. Look at that lovely fresh looking air filter in there, nice and clean. New parts all round. Here we go. We'll put our last 4 little clips on. There's still other bits to do, don't worry, I haven't forgotten them. But we are almost back together. Be nice to get this one out of the way. I reckon this might actually pay out quite well as well, because we've had quite a lot of stuff to take on and to take off and put back on here. Right, we can put some belts on. Although, as I've always said, never ever change a good belt, because I think it works, you know, in the same principle as better the devil you know. A 50% belt, at least you know it hasn't snapped yet. Whereas a brand new belt, it could be I don't know, somebody might have been playing with a Stanley knife or something. Is that all of it? Right, let's just have a look. What have we got left? Fuel pump. I didn't buy a fuel pump. Did I? Don't recall. Fuel pump. Where's the fuel tank? Forgot where the fuel tank is. Oh my god. It'll be up the front somewhere, won't it? Yeah, there. Right. I didn't take that bit off, that's why. Is that in here? I think it is. Yes. There we go. Nice and simple. I mean, our fuel pump costs more than like the specialist Porsche parts, but well, you know, it's only logical. Right, and now I need to put oil in it, and I need to put oil in it and power steering fluid. So yes, refill that. Lovely, and then refill that. And is that it? Is that? I think that's everything. Let's have a look. Everything on there is done. 10 grand. 10 grand. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I'm well chuffed with that. I don't even need to worry about that crappy old van over there. I can't remember what was wrong with the crappy old van. What is wrong with you? Let's have a look, shall we? The engine has no power. Well, there's got a crappy air filter and a part not discovered. It needs new filters, and the car does not start because there's a dodgy spark plug. Right. Let's see how much we can do without getting underneath it. Right, crappy filter. Be gone. Head cover. So we'll have spark plugs under here somewhere. Oh, sod it. I'm going to put this back on and then I'm going to run diagnostics. Because you just never know. And it would be far easier to do it that way. There we go, put these crappy bits back on. Right, let's have a look. Compression tester. Listen about it, that, it, that, 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 it, that, that. Oh, so many bits to test. Oh, look at all that XP that we got just from running that one test. Oh, that's fantastic. Didn't find any parts wrong with it though, but you know, we can keep testing. We can check the electrics. So the electric trickery on here is showing what? What have we got to show for it? I can't believe we got 10 grand for that Porsche. That was quite good fun, especially as the parts were dirt cheap as far as I can work out. For the majority of those parts, we didn't pay an awful lot. I'm not going to bother. I suppose it's four additional XP, isn't it? Yeah, I like how you can measure the tyre depth in inches or millimetres, and yet the result you get is in percentage. Fuel filter's buggered. And we don't have, this is not going to have OBD, so back to where we were then, I guess. Let's take this one off first, just because I like to be arbitrary and pop these bad boys like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. Distributor, isn't it? No, yeah, so spark plugs will be along here and on to the side. Oh, we've got a pretty crappy looking belt there. I wonder if that's part of our problem. What do we need to get off to do that? We need to take the red fan off. We'll take that off. Then we'll take that belt off and we'll see what sort of condition that is in. Although with us doing heaps of shit, yeah, see 54%, I'll put it straight back on. Because that's not actually low enough to warrant. Right, I'll check round the other side. We'll see what where our dodgy spark plug is. That's a dodgy spark plug. Those ones are all right. Why did I take the other spark plugs out? Let's take this off and we'll see if there's anything under here that we can see. Right, so these are our push rods. That rusty thing in the bottom is literally just the bolt that holds on the rocker arm. That rocker arm there doesn't look great, but I don't think it's below. Yes, it's 55%. There's no problem with that. We know the fuel filter is kaput. We know the air filter is kaput, and the same for the fuel filter, I believe. So I can. I mean that distributor looks all right. Yeah, the push rods look okay. The rocker arms look okay. I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't take the spark plugs out. That's good. Right, oil filter will dump oil on the floor if I take that off before I drain the oil. So I might have a look underneath it, see what I can see. Everything else is actually looking pretty okay. I don't want to go taking stuff off too unnecessarily. Oh, our fuel pump is fine. Right, okay. I mean, this van looks in pretty good shape, to be fair. I mean, it's not my usual rock box that I get with my lovely clientele. She's telling me that I need to move because she thinks I'm lazy. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Ignition. Oh, the ignition wires were shot. Right. Well, that's nice and easy, isn't it? Air filter, ignition wires. Air filter twice. Needs a new spark plug and a fuel filter and an oil filter. Okay, so let's get it up in the air and then we can drain the oil, take the oil filter off, and we'll start from there when we put it all back together again. Nice and easy. That's what we like to see. Right, move this over here. I wonder what we've got on the oh, a story bolt. I'm gonna have that. Oh shit, this one is crap. Look at that. Oh, I reckon that would look perfect with a free candy license plate and maybe free candy down the side. Or not, who knows. Lovely shiny exhaust on there. Maybe the underneath is actually in good shape. Let's have a look. What does this say? Because this is a story order. Hi, my sister recommended your workshop. Truth be told, when I learned the location, I couldn't believe that there was anything standing here at all. And yet here you are, a great garage. Back to the car. I'm coming with my truck. I use it every day at work. It's a bit worn out, but it's not missing anything. Apart from the engine's crackling and drops in power, I don't see any major problems. But maybe it's a matter of habit. Please take a closer look at the suspension. The car's often carrying some loads. Do the routine checkup and make it usable for a few more years. Thanks. Okay, so we've got We've got 8 pages of parts not discovered. Right. You, where am I gonna check all of the suspension, or am I gonna get the test path built? How much was the test path? $10,000 credits. Build a test path near your garage. Extend your services by wheel alignment and headlight calibration. So this, as far as I know, tests all your suspension and brake components as long as the vehicle is drivable. Or at least that's how it worked in the old games. I'm not sure in the new ones, so I'd have to have a look. I am getting a little bit bored of visually checking all of the drive stuff. But that being said, do you know what? What else? 10,000 credits. I made 10,000 credits just on the Porsche. I bet you with this number of spares, I'll make 10,000 on this order. And I mean, I'm nearly a quarter of the way there. Nearly a quarter of the way towards my goal, and it's only taken me, oh my god, it's taken me forever to get a quarter of the way. I'm buying it. Go aboard it. There's nothing you can do about it now. Right, let's go and get that one and put it on the move you to the test path. What in the fuck are these? There's no oil in the engine. I use it as my daily driver. Yeah, of course you do, mate. I hate this because I'm going to have to drain the oil later on. And I know it's only like 25 credits or whatever, but no oil. It was full. Dipshit. The engine can't be... The engine can't be started. Oh, I'm not surprised. The starter motor is... Wrong shot. I don't know why I even bothered with that. I just... Oh, hang on. Was it a starter or a starter V8? It was a starter. Good job I checked. Right, put that on. Because at least we know it's going to need doing anyway. Now, can I please... The engine can't be... Why can't the engine be started? I bet you it's that shonky looking alternator. Can I just go back and not spend the 10,000 on the track for a vehicle that I'm just not even able to start? Because that is, to get the alternator off, there's like components and stuff to... Right, well, we'll get it off anyway. Clear search, alternator, buy an alternator. not that alternator. I bet you it's that one, an inline 6B. Oh well, we've got a spare alternator, folks. Yep, cool. Never mind. Remember, if a belt isn't actually in like a long, the engine can't be started. Why can't the engine be started? What's wrong with it? Why won't you start? I don't even know. I mean, the fuel pump is shot. The oil is shot. That it's just such a disgusting crap box. I mean, that's not really fair, is it? Why can't you start the engine? I'll tell you what, move the car, put it on the lift, and then just stop looking at it. Because I'm gonna just get frustrated with it. Right, lift that bad boy up. Let's did I buy any parts for this? I don't think I did. Right, let's have a look at this, and we will add all of these to our shopping list, maybe. I think that's it. Oil filter. Probably need to change the oil filter on this as well, don't I? Air filter, ignition wires, oil filter V8. Right, that's right. I was going to lift it up before I got waylaid by another shitbox van. Right, car lift B. You can eat all the yummy oil out of that you can. Yeah, I mean, I just wasted that 10,000 credits basically, because it won't I won't recoup that money. Not on this. Oh, I don't know, actually. You say that. I probably will, to be fair. Right, let's have a... No, not that one. So we'll take that off. Air filter. Yeah, I mean, I reckon I probably will make my money back on, maybe not this order, but it won't be long anyway. And I've got another story order in the shop already. So, I mean, it ain't going to be long, is it? Right, I need to change to the electronics shop. I love this way of shopping, by the way. This is fantastic, isn't it? Look at it. It's just a... Just got to remember to clear down the shopping list once you've actually bought the parts. You need to remember to clear them down. Right, so we are on to our fit it all back again. So I need this down from in the sky, don't I? Right, that was nice and simple, I think. Let's mount all these back again. Air filter. Spark plugs to go back on. There's a spark plug to go in there, look. Right, wires. Yeah, wires. Let's put some wires on it. Let's put a fuel filter on it. Yeah, baby. And then I think we're ready to fill it with oil. Yeah, probably. And then the other one, I need to unlock the hammer to disassemble that one. Look, this is all done. Let's see. 200. 200. I feel like I spent more on parts on that one. Right. That big ugly bastard over there needs disassembly. Wonder if we've got any better orders there. Loud exhaust, general gearbox, bolt cut. I'm not taking another van. Oh, 73%. Let's have a shitty Defender with 73% on it. Oh, that looks quite smart actually. Somebody's taken good care and attention on that one. Yeah, nice. What's wrong with you? Oh, the gearbox is fucked. Right, okay, that's going to be quite expensive to replace, isn't it? The manifolds, exhaust. That, no, looks fine. Far too much coolant in there. Look at that, it's absolutely full to the brim. Yes, exhaust is all the way. We've got fuel tank looks fine. Rear suspension looks okay. Does mostly look like gearbox on this bad boy, although we could be having some fun under here as well. Some fuel injectors in there and bits and pieces. Right, I'm going to come back to that one in a bit. I'm going to move that car to the test path because that one can probably actually... Are you sure you want to proceed with path test? Yes. Oh, this is fun. Oh, shaking it all to bits. Oh, what's this? Now it's testing the rear. Oh, lovely. Okay. Right. Yeah. Actually, most of that is fine. So, as we thought, that was okay. But at least we have got some use out of our... Whoa, finish path test, eh? To align wheels, get rid any deviations. Okay. And what's this? Headlight adjustment. To align the light, move light beam to marked area. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't need to do that. Right, cool. You can go back to the lift. There we go. And then I'll run some diagnostics on that one. Maybe after I've finished swearing at this horrible, horrible van over here. I'm going to have to start looking at it eventually. I mean, I wonder if it might look better if I just took all the body panels off. I doubt it, but no, I'm going to put those back on because I don't want to actually touch them more than I have to, because that just looks like tetanus in a rigid metallic format. Right, I've no idea why this won't start, so all I can really do is, I guess, start to disassemble it. I mean, it's, hang on, can I carry out any diagnostics on it? What? Okay, that's handy. Right, yeah, it's going to need to be disassembled right down to the block. Yep. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So that is a good indicator of, yeah, there's some shit stuff on this. Okay, so I can probably carry out the rest of my my normal diagnostics tests. The electrics one actually looks quite good. The two bits are at 100%. Obviously, I just replaced those because, you know, why wouldn't you? Right, fuel. What's our deal here? No idea why that still wouldn't actually start though. I mean, that's just a bit weird. And then we got all of the crappy, I mean, you can see it from here, the terrible suspension that we've got going on here. I mean, it's probably worthwhile just scrapping it, and well, let's get it apart. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do first of all though. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to sell all of the shit parts that I've currently got. I've got loads of cases here, haven't I? Why? Are you sure you want to sell? Yeah, get rid of that. I don't know why that would keep that. Let's open our cases, shall we? This is always good for a little bit. Right, so we've got first two cards as normal. So barn location. Yeah, we've got 7 more cases. I'm hoping I'll get some blue squiggly things that I don't know how to spend soon. Yay, I've got some of those. I don't know what they do. Yeah, look at that. Right. Bonus case, bonus XP. Yeah, level 10. Oh, that means I can actually go to the barns now. I wonder what you can actually do at the barns. Now I want to know. I'm level 10, so I can go to the barn. I'm sorry, folks. I think that we might just simply end up going to a barn. Because who doesn't want to go into a weird, dark barn with basically a stranger? We got one more. Oh, we've gone up to level 11. Look at that, man. We are on a roll. Yeah, boy. Right. collect items. Look at that barn. Look at 4 barn locations. I'm going to, yeah, go for it. Add that to my map, and then I am going to pick some skills because I got more skills. Look, I've got 11 skill points. I mean, my screwing speed can just go right up, can't it? Gives you the ability to inspect the value of a car. 5% discount on parts you buy. Now, I wonder, can I just increase my mounting speed and then unlock those things around it? No, I'll unlock that one, which is the value of a car. Parking alley. I don't actually know what parking alley does, so but I don't want that one. Can I have that? Oh, I could have that, and then I can buy that. Excellent. And then can I buy that? I've got enough. I can buy that as well. And then I'll be getting close to having that as well. And then I'll get all the magic. Oh, look at that. This is still a wrench. That is an air wrench. Yeah, it'll be Ugga Dugga time. 5% discount on parts that you buy. And gives you the ability to inspect value of a car. Now, because I'm going to a barn, because I'm going to go to the barn, I'm sorry, guys, if you wanted to see me disassemble that shitbox right now, but I'd much rather, you know, kill myself. Barn. Look at that. Oh. Let's go to the barn. I can't wait. Oh, I wonder if there'll be ghosts. I'm having a good time on this game. I might talk it down at times, talking about shitboxes and all the rest of it. But it's quite an interesting game for me. It's quite relaxing. Quite oh, there's a Tesla and ugh. Right, let's see. Whoa, first time in the countryside. Junk. Let's search the junk. What do we got? Now I did see somebody the other day, and they'd obviously upgraded something or other, and they were able to straighten out body panels and reuse them, and they had a massive warehouse full of just stacks and stacks. And so how do I know, I mean, does this cost me or what? How do I know what the deal is? I mean, I'm just gonna, if I can repair stuff, then it would make a lot of sense to like just take everything. But if I can't repair it, I mean, is it? I suppose. I don't know how much it costs me to take these. I suppose I can put them back before I leave, maybe. Is there a limit on how many things I can take? Maybe I'm going to get weighed down and I won't be able to move. And then I'll have to sort of Skyrim it and chuck these things in the boot of the car. Who knows? I mean, I am finding quite a lot of stuff that's not completely ruined, but they're for things that I've never bought and don't have in the shop. So, I mean, it's cool, but have done that. Yeah. I thought I had. See, I knew I'd done that. Oh, there's a case. There is a car that's sort of behind me, but I'm studiously not looking at it because I want it to be a surprise to... Oh my god, it's Christine! Oh, wonderful. Right, junk. That's an engine hoist. I'd just take the engine hoist. Check car information. What's the they want like 20,000 bucks. Estimated car value if you upgrade it is 24,000. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wow, look at it. It's a rusty junk. Which, if you've got rusty junk, you should probably see the doctor. See, that's going to need an absolute ton of parts as well, isn't it? Because they're all broken. I don't know that this is amazing. I mean, these are in better condition than the junkyard cars that I saw last time, but not by much. And this is all you can probably do with it. I mean, it'd be great if you could just like compression test it. Oh, no, continue. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it's something. There is a car there, but it's not. I don't want to sound disappointed because I'm not. It's kind of cool, but I don't know whether I'm thinking about it too much. Ah, oh, look at that. Now that is a muscle car. I mean, it's not a very good muscle car, but it is a muscle car. Oh, you beauty. I bet they want a fortune for it though, because that's what they do. Yeah, look at that. You can almost smell the 80s. I don't think it's in quite as bad a shape as the other one, but let's have a look. What's this one got going on for it? So we've got reasonably okay body panels, loads of stuff that we don't know anything about, and 23,000. I'm just not going to buy it. It's silly. I don't have the money. I mean, it's not their fault that I don't have the money. I did happen to spend it all on a thingy path that I can't use. Let's have a look at the shitbox fucking Tesla then, shall we? 37,000, and you might make estimated car value upgrade is 32. So why would you do it? Why would you? Would you? Do you strip it for parts? I don't understand. Yeah, so I mean, I can't buy it. Buy car. You don't have enough money. Okay, sorry. Right, well, in that case, then I'd better take my junk. Does that do I have to pay for it? I don't know. No items in the cupboard. Yeah. Do I pay for the junk I take from this place, or what? What's the deal? Right, return to garage. Oh, right, okay, so I do have to pay for it. That's like 5,000 credits worth of just shit I'm never going to use. Don't be negative. Can't be negative about this, but I don't need any of these parts. That is pretty much, yeah, I don't need any of these parts. I'm not progressed enough in the game to make any use of them. So, quit without parts. Quit without parts. Hold. There we go. Right, I head back to the garage and take out my frustrations on that shitty old van. Here we go. So that was my first trip to the barn, and it was utterly disappointing. But I think I possibly knew it was going to happen. So I've got this story mode van in here, which is oh, hang on. Oh, I can't look inside. Maybe that's because I'll see all the bodies. I wouldn't want to do that. So I can't start it. So I'm just going to have to disassemble it piece by piece, by part. Let's just check what I've got in here. Yeah, I think it's oh, I've got a few spares on what have you there. Right, it's simply going to be a case of get this thing apart. So thankfully all my screwing speed increases will be the most helpful thing that I could have here. Unscrew everything. And they're all just utter garbage. This car is basically scrap. I don't know why they are insisting that I help them take it apart, because look at it, it's just phew. Who wants a walking dose of tetanus like this? I know there's loads of rocker covers and the like in here that are shafted because we did some tests on it, didn't we? Yeah, look. But I think I need to take most of it apart anyway to get down to the bits inside it, because there's piston rings that are that have been diagnosed at fault, and they simply are right at the bottom of the engine. Everything's going to have to come out. Yeah, we can see that. You can see some of these rods and these push rods and what have you are also crap. There we go. We can get these push rods out one at a time, and you can see that that one's fine, that one's fine, that one's shit, that one's fine, that one's shit, and fine. Because you can see the parts that are dying, are dead. They're not all necessarily rusty, even though that does seem to be this game's favourite way of showing something that's dead. Here we go. Look, spark plugs, rusty, rusty, rusty. Even the ceramic bit that can't actually rust is rusty. That's why it's so fun. There we go, and then we can take the inlet manifold off. We've got to take that off before we can take any of the heads off. Yeah, because they bolt down into the heads. There we go, get that one off. Let's, while we're here, we've got to take everything out of this, so let's get it all drained down as well. That way we hopefully won't end up with quite so much junk on the floor. Coolant, power steering. I don't need to drain the brakes because in this the brakes don't actually leak. You can't drop brake fluid all over the floor apparently. But right, I'm going to need to have the oil out of it as well, so we might as well do that now, and then we won't accidentally splooge oil all over the floor. Right, come on, get your yummy yummy oil. Although that doesn't look like yummy yummy oil, that looks like shitty oil. Right, here we go. Pop you back in your hole, and then that's going to need to come off for certain. And then we've got, oh god, we've got loads of crap on here. Let's get the oil pan off while we're under it. In fact, it might be an idea while I'm under it to save the time of just go ahead and disassemble these bits and pieces. Yeah, it's going to have to mostly come apart because you've got wheel bearings. There's loads of stuff on here that's got to come off. Shocking, look at that. Brakes. All of this is shot. Apparently this guy was driving this day to day. Oh, there's nothing really wrong with it. Yeah. They walk among us, folks. They walk among us. Oh, here we go. Right, let's jump over to that side of the car and get this stuff off. Go. Oh, another crusty, rusty piece of shit on this side as well. Okay, is our wheel bearing on this side done as well? I think it is actually. Yeah, that's another wheel bearing that's shot. Right, we need to get the spring off of that as well, so we'll undo that. We'll take this drop link off and then we can get the anti-roll bar off. Lovely, look at that. Right, we've got shot bushings in here as well, although whether they're shot enough to actually worry this driver, who knows, because he appears to be kind of happy to drive them around in whatever condition they like. Right, that one looks okay. That one there looks okay as well. So, is that all of our rusty shit? No, not entirely, but we'll jump over to the back of it. Oh, yeah, we got shot bushings in these as well, which will need to come off. Yeah, probably best to take the bottom suspension arm off and see what those ones are like as well, because yeah, another set of bushings that are dead. The rest of these sub-assemblies look okay. I mean, not in great condition, but yeah, we've got more bushings that are dead up here as well. We'll get these ones off. Get the bottom ones off. Bit of WD-40. Sorry, not WD-40. We're not allowed to go branding on this, are we? And then we better disassemble all of this. Okay, well it's sort of better at the back, but not much. We've still got brake pads that are just shot to pieces. Yeah, look, and these knuckles and what have you on here are going to need to come off. So everything on the back of this needs to come to pieces, and then we can actually get all of this stuff off as well. Leaf springs, everything is just rotten. I imagine that that little can of WD-40 is not going to go very far when it comes to quite this much rust. I don't know if you've seen it, but you can actually buy big 5-litre spray bottles of WD-40. They're like my favourite things ever. You get them in a like a Mr. Spray bottle, because there's just too much rust on some of these vehicles that you absolutely need to be able to put a 5-litre spray of WD-40. Yeah, another brake disc that's shot, another set of brake pads that are shot, so no surprise there. Like I say, this is apparently fine as a daily driver according to the guy who brought it into us. So yeah, if you see one of these on the road coming towards you, run. Oh, right, nearly there on this this aspect of it. We've still got more to go top side when we take the when we lower the ramp and get back in under the bonnet. It is pushing on a little bit. It is a school night, and I do plan on finishing this one before I end the stream, but probably won't be going on for much longer. Now, what do you reckon? Our drive shaft there, I don't think the drive shaft is done, but do you reckon the stuff inside that is all blown? The flywheel and what have you, the clutch. Doesn't actually look too bad. While I'm here, I might as well take it off because it'll only come to bite me on the arse if I've got to take it all off afterwards. Here we go, more WD, because everybody's friend is a can of WD. There is some rusty stuff under there. Yeah, hiding away deep inside this thing. Oh, grotty. Right, there we go. So yeah, we need to get back under the bonnet, which yeah, and then I mean we must be getting somewhere close to finding everything now. After all, it's almost down to bloody just the scraps of it left. I did drain the oil while I had that up in the air, didn't I? Yeah, I'm almost certain I did. We'll find out for soon. It's all of this part. Go. Yet more somehow rusty spark plugs. Right, rocker arms now. Even the good ones, you've got to take all of them off. All of of these lovely, lovely rockers. Right, come on. Sometimes I do wish the game wouldn't sort of randomly zoom in and out on you when you're kind of getting into the flow of things, you're getting into the swing of it. You're gonna, you know, oh look, I'm gonna unbolt multiple parts, and then suddenly, it did not drain the fluid. Oh, okay, whatever. There was something in front of me. What fluid was that? That must have been coolant. The rad must have been. I'm sure I emptied the rad. Oh, I don't know. Right, we got a dodgy piston there. Oh, it was the screen wash bottle. There was a screen wash bottle on there, wasn't there? Yeah, that's it. Right, because I'm sure I did empty the rad. We'll find out in a minute, because I'm going to undo the water pump, and I'm not gonna get the drain tool out again. It's just simply going to come off, and if it goes everywhere, it goes everywhere. Yeah, see, that one was fine. Look at all of these arms and things. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Holding what? Power steering pump and the alternator and some idler rollers, and it's attached over the water pump. Okay, it's a weird setup, but you know, that's how they want it, that's how they get it. Shaft pulley. Whoa, I don't think I've actually seen quite so many rusty bolts on one piece before. That's a lot of rust. Timing cover, just bear with me 1 second. There we go. Right. Oh, look at that. Timing chain is shot, cam gear is shot, crankshaft, camshaft can come out. Camshaft's fine. The engine block is I need to get to the crankshaft from below. Okay, back up she goes. Yeah, I've got to take all of my got to take all of these bits off. Yeah, crankshaft, bearing caps, rod caps, all of this needs to come off, which I should have thought about while I was here before. And then of course it helps if I can actually see them. Then I can remove my pistons, then I can get to my piston rings. Then I can... What else can I do? I needed to come under here anyway, because I don't think I'll be able to get the crankshaft out without the with the flywheel still on it. So there is that. Right. But then of course I need to go back under the bonnet to remove the pistons and the piston rings, and then I need to come back under here in order to remove the crankshaft, because nothing is easy. Right, we are nearly there with dismantling this hideous piece of junk. Oh no, I need to, I'll tell you what, we're going to take this off as well, because why not? Not actually sure when they started putting cats on vehicles. I'm going to take all of this off. Just because I get more points. And of course the fuel pump is shot as well. Nice and safe to take that fuel tank off like that. Just whip that bad boy off. Flywheel. I suppose I can take all of this off as well if I wanted to. Shall we? And then we'll have a completely bare van. And I'll tell you what, I think what I'm going to do is get all of these bits off, get to the shop, buy it, and then I'll come put everything back together. But I think I'll come and put everything back together in the next stream, and then we'll see how much we get off of this. Oh, can I resist the temptation, or do I just stick it out? It is a school night, but do you know what? Sometimes your art has to come first. Art. Oh dear. Although I've got an early start tomorrow and a long drive. Oh, look at that. It's just all coming up Millhouse. Maybe I could turn it into a boat. Or just push it into the lake, I don't know. Right, what do we got? We've got pistons. Oh. Why is that one? Oh, don't tell me I've forgotten to unbolt something. I think I've forgotten to unbolt it. Why is that one not coming out? What is still holding that in? It's still attached. Is it still attached? I think it might still be attached, you know. Oh dear, never mind. Here we go. We are going to take everything out of this bad boy. Literally everything out. I don't know if I've ever actually spotted any of these bits that are bad in the I have had one. We had one story mission, I think, where we had a couple of bad relays in the fuse box, but everything else has always been fine, I believe. So yeah, let's get all of these bits out as well, even though none of these actually need to come out. We're just making things harder for ourselves. Right, what else we got in there? Let's take that off. Bong, there you go. More goop on the floor. Right, I can't believe I missed a cap. There it is, look, that one there, rod cap. Then I need to lower it down, and then I need to raise it back up again. And these bits I do actually need to take out. Half of these other bits that I have taken off today, I haven't needed to actually take out. Do I leave the block in there? I think we leave the block in there, to be fair, because that does not need to come out. And we'll take the crankshaft out as well. There we go. Right. What a mission. Look at that thing. A picture of disgustingness. But it's going to send my kids to college or something. I don't know. Right. Anything that is red or orange, I need to add to the shopping list. I really wish there was just a buy these pieces option on here, but unfortunately that is not the case. We are going to add all of these to our shopping list, and then we are going to go ahead and buy them. Now, where did that alternator come from? It's definitely this engine, isn't it? Not that alternator, but yeah, all of these parts I believe were out of my dodgy engine here, even though I have just taken one of these apart, and it was God, there is a lot of stuff on here. Thankfully it is all going to be pretty cheap stuff, I think. Double wishbone shock absorber. I can't add that to the list because I'm going to need to take that apart and find the parts separately, because of course I do. Wow, there is so many bits to buy for this junk heap. Right, and that is it. That is my cut-off point, isn't it? The barn location maps, yeah. Once I get to that point, I know that everything, the other side, because I went to the barn, I didn't take anything off of it until after I came back. So yeah, that is everything. And now I can go to the shop and buy. Oh my God, look at that. What a list of stuff. This is going to be quite expensive. I think all of my piston rings were shot. Yeah, they were. Quite a few of the pistons as well, to be fair. I can't believe this vehicle was still on the road. And now I am getting into the swing of things, and this is normally where I start to make mistakes. Getting a bit tired, and you start to get a bit overconfident. You go a little bit quickly. You're doing things a bit too fast, and then you end up going, "Oh shit! What did I just do?" And you've bought far more than you intended to. So, for example, right now, I imagine I'm going to click the wrong thing, and then I would need to go back searching for it in my list of parts that I need. Wow, we've got 8 push rod valves. Mind you, we've got 7 rocker arms to replace, so there is that. Wow, this is quite a list of car parts to be buying. Oh, no spark plugs in this section, because of course not, because it's not electrical. But we are getting there. We need to buy 2 leaf springs. Can you believe it? I mean, all of these parts are just absolutely dog shit cheap, though. There's not even an issue with this stuff breaking the bank, which is really quite fortunate, because there's an awful lot of bits to buy. Yeah, this is really dirt cheap. I don't think I've actually spent much more than a couple of thousand credits on them, which is fantastic news when it comes to my bank balance. Whether or not it actually bears well for the payout on this mission, I don't know. I'm inclined to say no, that it's been a lot of work, but it's not going to pay out very well. But I could well be wrong. I could be looking at another 20 grand job. I don't think so. It doesn't strike me as that sort of job. It strikes me more as a £2,000 or £3,000 pound. Ha. But yeah, it strikes me as much more that sort of style of thing rather than an actual, major payout job. We are slowly getting there. I've now got just a few more bits to buy from the normal shop, and then we are going to go now to the electrical shop because, yeah, look at that. How many of those was it? 5 spark plugs. Do you know what? I mean, I reckon that we can get all of this back together in just a... I don't reckon we're going to be able to do it in much shy of an hour, to be honest with you, because believe it or not, there is still quite a lot to do. Especially that I've made it worse by taking out a whole load of parts that didn't need to come out. So yeah, right, let's mount some parts, shall we? We'll go ahead and put all of these bits back in, and we get a whole bunch of experience for doing so, because that's how the game works. You get points for you get experience points for adding bits back in as well. Look. Here we go. So we'll get all of the suspension back at the very least. Because none of this stuff is particularly complicated. This stuff is all quite nice and simple to do, actually. None of these parts should also be... everything should be nice and easy, because I've just literally been through and bought all of the parts for this. All in one go. There should be nothing left out. And as you can see, we've already got one corner or 1/4 of the car back together, because when you have all the parts there to hand and everything goes back in exactly the way that you took it apart, which, trust me, that is not the case in real life, there are some distinct advantages doing this digitally as opposed to doing it with real steel. Because this would have just been an absolutely shocking job to do. Okay, and I don't mean to blow, don't mean to toot my own tooter, but we are on a roll here, folks. This is going back together nice and quickly. All of this rear suspension and running gear, braking system has all just gone back together nice and smoothly, like it was some sort of video game. Boy, am I glad about that, because I did not want to have to deal with the amount of problems that this could have given us. Because believe me, it could have given us quite a few problems. And now we are heading back up the car, and we will very quickly be able to get to a point where we need to lower it down again. Right, let's have bushings galore to go back in this end. So many bushings, so many lovely bushings. Go, anti-roll bars, steering rods, bushings, tie rods, loads and loads of bits and pieces. Look at it all. Yeah. Oh, knock you guys out with sound there as I accidentally hit the mic arm. Do need to keep an eye on that. Maybe I'll have to position this bad boy somewhere else, but this seemed quite comfortable. It's not in the way of any of the screens, which I previously had it set up, and it was sat in front of my my secondary screen there, which was quite annoying. Well, we are... No, I can't put that piece back on because that is also bollocksed. But I can get all of this together, and then I'll go and jump on the suspension splitter and take that off. Thankfully, those suspension arms can go in last, even after the wheel has gone on, as far as I recall. So just keep plodding away at this, wheel on, and then jump over to the other side, then go and split down the shock absorbers by myself. I think it's just the springs that are required, and then come back and pop them together as well. Here we go. We are properly on a roll here with getting all of these components together, because this could have been a long job putting it all back together, but thankfully, with the way this this shopping thing worked out, and the fact that this is all quite easy stuff to do, we are just cracking away at it at such a pace. Right, and I think we've got to the last of our replacement bushings there. Have we got all of them in? No, we've got another one over there that needs to go in. God, look at that, 54% on that bad boy. Brake pads in. Oh, the wheel hub. Get our wheel on. Right, I'm going to go and quickly split these parts. Yeah, it's definitely just the springs themselves that need to come off of there. Look, front spring, separate parts. We'll get 2 of those front springs on order. Two front springs, probably the most expensive bit that I bought, and then we can pop these all back together. There we go, look. Last time I used one of those machines, it nearly destroyed my shed. Right, shock absorber, Right, done. And yep, now we need to go in from above. Here we go. There was me thinking this was going to take time, and it's not taking no time at all. Look, can't do this because we've got to do that from the other side of the car. Right, there we go. We can pop all of these bad boys back together. We should have new piston rings for every cylinder because we had a bit of clearly this has had a bit of an issue when it comes to piston rings because it was eating them up, just gobbling up the internals of the engine. What percentage is this job supposed to be done to? 59%. Now I really do hope, because I have put some bits back there which were, see, piston with conrod, that's annoying. I might need to swap that one. Let's mark that one. So it's that one has got to come out. Let's try replacing it with that one. See what happens. Right, that is, they're both 56%. So I need to find another conrod that is 57, 54. Let's take that one and put that in there. Two sets of piston rings out, so that one is now done, that one isn't, so we do have one more of our missing needs to be right. So I'm going to take this one out because I seem to remember that one was fine. Now let's have a look and see which one of these is wrong. So piston rings, no, I don't need to worry. All of the piston rings need replacing, that's fine. So it's just that piston with conrod. Let's see, so that is that one there. So I'm going to replace this one with our 100%. This one here I think will be okay with our 56, and the same here. It's just being a bit sneaky with, yeah, see, that's now fine. It's not good practice. I don't think anybody, oh yeah, I forgot to put my leaf spring U-bolts on. I need to go back down the other side of the engine in a moment. Right, I can build up the top here. The push rods are going to be very annoying. Now what I can do is I can mark on here which ones were shit and then put those ones back first. Can I? Why can't I put those ones back first? Do I need to mount that first? Guess I must do. What? Oh, hang on. Need to mount the camshaft first. That'll be why. There we go, we are getting there. Go. It is all coming back together, slowly but surely. I do need to. Right, let's sort this one at a time before we do. So we have that one's got to be 100. That one's got to be 100. That one needs to be 100. So does that one. And then if I replace all of these with the 100% ones first, they are the ones that needed replacing. The rest of them, and because this game doesn't recognise a part being faulty and below the percentage unless it was on the list of parts to be replaced, I can now go back with the rest of them and just put them wherever the hell I like, even though they are below, they might be below the percentage for what is acceptable on this vehicle. It's just shit game mechanics, to be honest with you. Might as well mount that while I'm here. Right. Yeah, so it's literally just gaming the system a little bit by replacing these with ones that are lower. See, these are only 52%, so they wouldn't actually pass muster if they were going in a place where they'd failed going to be part of the mission. So I take all of those off. And then what I can do is come back and mark the spark plugs that need doing. So we know which spark plugs were the faulty ones. So we've got 100%er, 100%, 100%, then there, and then the rest of them can go back as shitty ones. And then I can do the same again with the rocker arms, because again there's like 7 of them that need replacing and the rest of them don't. And I'm not going to replace them if they don't need replacing, because that would be stupid and I'd be wasting money. Go right. Spark plugs can come off. Rubber bushing you. And then we've got rocker arms. Which we are going to place. No, I don't want these. So yeah, this may seem a bit sneaky, and if I was running an actual garage, I'd probably get hauled up in front of trading standards or some shit like that. But for these digital suckers, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. And for most of them, I think if they made an issue out of it, I could probably have them in a fight. So there we go. And then that just means I can replace the rest of them with whatever crap I've got left sat on the floor. You know, in our pile of sweepings at the end of each mission, I can replace it with one of those. All right. Slowly but surely we are getting there. It's a bit of a marathon to get all of this back together because, like I say, I did maybe go a little bit zealous when I was taking it apart. I didn't need to take everything that I did take apart. And some of these bits are, like I say, quite fiddly going back on because you need to make sure that you get the appropriate part in the appropriate place. Otherwise, you have to do it all over again, which isn't very fun, to be fair. Now, let's have a look. We have got a rubber bushing marked somewhere. Ah, that one down there. I'm going to need to... I am going to need to buy another rubber bushing, I believe. Let's buy another rubber bushing and replace that one there. Because, of course, I can't... because the wheel's on, right? Yeah, this is purely an issue that, again, we've got a 53% bushing in there, which isn't going to cut the cheese. Oh, hang on. Which one? Oh no, that might have done it. I don't know. Let's have a look. Done these rocker arms. Nope, that one is still. So let's try taking it off. Oh, do you know what? Honestly, let's just buy another rubber bushing for 15 credits and stop worrying about it. Being a tight arse is just not going to do anyone any favours. Fluent, you need to... yeah. Get these bits on, get these sorted and get it out of the shop already. I'm just going to pop my mic arm up a little bit because that is starting to get a bit risky that I'm going to actually do some damage to it or to your guys' hearings when I keep bashing it. Right, rubber bushing is done. Cert belt starter left to do, and now we've got our rod caps underneath, leaf spring U-bolts, oil filter, distributor cap, crankshaft bearing caps, yeah, clutch plate, alternator F. Yeah, we are absolutely getting there now. We need to get all of the rest of this stuff on. I would much rather get all of these bits on before I put the rad on, to be honest with you, because they can be quite awkward with that rad in the way. Get these bits on one at a time. There we go. We've got our weird brackets with our alternator on one side, our power steering pump on the other, and then a little roller bearing down there, there. Oh, hopefully that wasn't a problem. There. And then we can put our cert belt on. a radiator fan. There we go. Right, that is... Yeah, now I just need the electrics on the top. So we've got distributor cap, so we can put the rad back in. We can put the windshield washer reservoir in. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. Got our carbs. We've got our dizzy on the back here. We'll get that in place first. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Or a car, whichever. Fuse box base. Brake servo back in as well. Right, and then we need to go up here and start putting all of these bad boys back in. Which is a very boring job. But it needs to happen, otherwise we'll never clear this thing out of the yard. Still got no idea how much I'm going to get from a job like this. I'm hoping that it is going to be a 10 grand plus. I have a worrying suspicion that it won't be, and then it will feel like all of this was for not a lot of effort. Not a lot of payout, to be fair. Right, let's have a look. What are we now missing? Have we got everything here? I think we are almost done. Right, we need to pop this bad boy back up. We have bits to go on under here as well, which we completely forgot about. We've got leaf spring plates, and then we've got U-bolts, because we did have to replace all of these, and we wouldn't get very far without them, because our beautiful leaf springs would simply float off down the road, and that would not be good for road holding or something. Right, that's that done. Now we can get back up the other end somehow. Come on, what can we pick on over there? What can we click on? There we go. We'll click on you, and we are putting the flywheel in place. Lovely. Right, clutch plate, pressure plate, nut, 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 release bearing, gearbox, nut, 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 nut. I know they're bolts, but yeah, don't at me. Oh, this feels like one of the last components, and as it's one of the last components, we'll then just have a little bit of fluids left to do. Now, what have we got left? Crankshaft bearing. Yes, we have still got some shit under here to do. God's sakes. Yeah, I know. Right. Oh, this... Right, hang on. I need to mark these rod caps, don't I? Because... Right, the crankshaft bearing caps are fine, because there's only 3 of them, I think. But these rod caps, there's 4 of them out of 8 that are going to need, or that are going to be a problem. So... Is it just the 3 bearing caps you get in a 4 valve, an 8 piston? Yeah, just the 3. Right. 3 replacements. That's all we've got. And then we need 2 rod caps. Roddy rod caps. That one there. That one there. And then that one there. Oh, hang on. Well, I think we'll be okay there. I think that one there that I replaced wasn't actually one of them. But no, I think we're actually going to be okay with that. That's all we've got to do in there, and then we should be able to bolt that up. This is it, folks. We are nearly there. We are now just... Right, all of this list is absolutely done, as am I. Yeah, right, change the oil, and then we've got brake fluid, coolant, power steering, and windscreen washer. We took everything out. We got a few fluids over the ground, so yeah, right, let's now get that down, and then we can refill everything. So we have in here, let's start at the front here. We've got windscreen washer. Oh, getting there, getting there. We have brakes. Excellent brakes. Windscreen washer. We've got coolant to fill her up with. We've got power steering fluid, and then finally we'll have some oil to go in here as well. And with that, I'm hoping to God that we are done. In fact, I might drop a little prayer to Donald Trump this evening that I don't have to do another one of these. Everything is 14. Why is everything 14? Right. There is clip B missing from clip B. Oh my God. Oh, it'll be on the distributor cap. Clip B. 1, 2. Please be it. Oh, God's sake. I didn't I did disassemble it, didn't I? There we go. $7.5. It's just it just wasn't enough, really. 7,500 is just Aldo Caldo. Hi, what am I building? Well, at the moment, sorry, I don't know when you left that message. I missed it, but I am building a van, and now I've got rid of it. I've charged the customer 7,500, and oh, thank God it's gone. Whew. Right, well, there's another story order in there, but that is going to be a story order for another night, because I have gone on a little bit longer than I normally do, and as I say, it is a school night. Oh my God, look at all those crappy parts in there. I'm going to sell them all, sell all those parts, get rid of them all. That's bumped me up again. Still just sort of treading water on actual value here at the moment. Anyway, like I say, it has been a slightly longer than normal session, so I am absolutely shattered and I am going to be going to bed. So I really appreciate everybody dropping by and having a look at what we're doing here in the workshop, and I will hopefully catch you guys next time. Thanks very much.